Hello everybody. So, yesterday a ton of new Sonic Frontiers gameplay footage dropped, and like there is a lot here. And I figured I could make a video on this stuff, but it would just be kind of the usual me being like, "Oh, hey, this played, that was pretty cool." So I figured we could watch this together on a live stream, and yeah, we'll just watch it together. Hey everybody in the chat, by the way, good to see you all here. Hello, Native Full, always a pleasure. Hi, Tiny Tails, how we doing? Chip, Chap, Dip, how we all doing? Good to see ya. Alrighty then, so, yeah, we're just gonna watch a ton of Sonic Frontiers videos together now. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do things, I guess. I just gotta make sure, actually, that you guys will be able to hear the footage. It doesn't matter. We'll play it anyway, and if you can hear it, you can hear it, and then we'll figure it out from there. So, let's start off with IGN's video, Sonic Frontiers, the final preview. Are we able to hear it, guys? Like, the gameplay video. Can that be heard? Yeah, Lonely Goomba. It's a sort of a pseudo VTuber rig. But, like, it's not done using the usual sort of anime softwares or whatever it is they usually do. This is just using the typical software I usually use, Adobe Character Animator, to do this. Let's sort out the the audio so you guys can actually hear it, okay? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, add executable. Okay, this should work now.
A good bit of work to be done. The game felt bugged.
Let's start it from the top.
Back in May, when I played Sonic Frontiers for my first preview, I came away with an overall positive first impression, but also a feeling that there was still a good bit of work to be done.
That's what we all thought when we saw that first gameplay reveal, though.
And there was a ton of distracting pop-in of objects and obstacles floating around in the sky. Here we are 5 months later, and I got a chance to go hands-on again with a PC build of Sonic Frontiers, this time for a full 6 hours to check out the first 3 islands in their entirety. And while a lot of those same issues I experienced the first time I played are still present, the pop-in, and a handful of minor bugs, it is clear that a lot of work has gone into tightening up Sonic Frontiers.
Okay, so yeah, the pop-in problem. That was like one of my biggest problems when they did the first gameplay reveal. It's all still here, but I've kind of accepted that now. This game could still be like a 10.5 out of 10, even with the pop-in, right? And the quote begins.
Performance and polishing its visuals. Let me be clear,
it does look a lot better, though.
Experience, both visually and mechanically, but when my time was up and all I thought about was the disappointment of not being able to
Hi,
play
Tony
more,
Marino, always good to see you.
It seemed like a good sign that Sonic Frontiers is in a pretty healthy spot, heading into its...
This looks really good, though. A lot of criticisms when it first dropped were that it looked really empty and it didn't look very Sonic-y. This looks really Sonic-y so far. Like, there's a lot to interact with, which I'm happy with.
The experience this time around versus my first play session was the full sense of progression through each island. I've talked previously about how you need to collect portal keys to open up cyberspace levels, beat cyberspace levels to get vault keys, and use vault keys to unlock Chaos Emeralds, but there's another important element to the game flow as well: memory tokens. Each of the 3 islands was home to one of Sonic's friends who were trapped in cyberspace.
The exploration looks like a lot of fun. That's what I think I'm looking forward to the most, is just exploring the island.
Typically, these are rewards for exploration in the open world, and they're the main reason you'll be looking out for springs,
see, that looks fun.
Grind rails, speed boosters, and all other manner of gadgets that send you zooming through the world.
Also, look how gorgeous Ares Island looks, even with the pop-in.
One of the ways you'll progress Sonic Frontiers' story forward. Every time I made a delivery, I was rewarded with a cutscene between Sonic and his trapped friend that would shed a little bit of light on the mysterious Starfall Islands and the cute little native rock people known as Korons that inhabit it.
The lighting engine is so gorgeous in this game.
The heart of Sonic Frontiers' story, and I found myself very interested in seeing how it all unfolds, and even more interested in the dynamics between Sonic and each of his friends.
Look how gorgeous Ares Island looks at night. It looks so pretty.
Each island has a story to tell, with each of Sonic's friends being a key player in how that story unfolds. I managed to clear the first island in my first 3 hours or so of playtime, and after a very cool boss battle that I can't and wouldn't want to spoil for you, I found myself on Ares Island, a desert-themed island that housed all new enemies, mini-bosses, cyberspace levels, and memory tokens. Here, I had to repeat the hunt for the Chaos Emeralds again. In that way, Sonic Frontiers is very formulaic.
That looks like 2D in the open world. That's 2D, isn't it? Oh, hell no. Okay. Alright, look, I accept it. I accept it. How many open world games do you know of that have 2D in them, you know? Oh, jeez. I'll turn the sound up a little bit for you guys. That better?
And worse, they're repeated multiple times throughout the island without any
My own microphone's at absolute maximum if anyone's struggling to hear me.
Like a fight against a sumo guardian
so please do let me know.
In a cage and requires you to bounce off the fences in order to bump the boss into the electrified portion. The more you bounce, the more force you're able to bump the boss with, and trying to find the right angle to bounce a bunch of times before hitting the boss was a lot of fun. And then there are the cyberspace levels, which, like the Guardian mini-bosses, varied in their quality, but were all fun nevertheless. Each is a bite-sized traditional Sonic level that comes with 3 sub-challenges to complete, in addition to just beating the stage. They are, beat the level under the S-rank time limit, beat the level with a certain number of coins, and find all 5 red coins. Even though these stages are very short, even by Sonic standards,
that's looking good, though.
That the short length of each one actually lent itself
it definitely has a lot of Green Hill Act 2 from Generations in there, but and that
15 minutes trying to find
Dragon
the
Road
path that would get me to the exit in time for the S-rank clear, or trying to find that last red coin, or simply to try and see all the different.
The thing is, I'm a little dubious because a lot of people are saying that the level layouts are completely lifted. I can't say for sure whether I know that or whether it's just they are lifting elements of those levels. There's definitely at least elements being lifted, but I don't think it's the entire level design. I know with a lot of the 3D things like the chemical plant and the 3D cyberspace Green Hill stages, it's that they're lifting the 3D portions and then ditching out the 2D. But I still don't know if absolutely everything here is lifted. That might just be copium, but hey, we'll see.
Paths that level offered. From a level design perspective, the variety on display in the many different cyberspace levels that I played was pretty impressive. Some would be very
IGN referring to rings as coins and Sky Sanctuary as Sky Temple.
While others would be very grind rail heavy, and still others would shift the perspective to 2D and be a little more deliberate with their platforming challenges. Hands down, the best cyberspace stage that I played was one that broke the tradition of being a short bite-sized level and was stretched out to about 2 or 3 minutes in length and had a bunch of hidden shortcuts off the beaten path that were a ton of fun to discover. As varied as the level design is though, the one disappointment about cyberspace is that the visual theme around them, based on my 6 hours of playtime, always falls into one of just a few categories. Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Sky Temple, or the new cyberspace highway theme, and that's about it.
That's something I guess I'm a little trepidatious about, is asset reusage, but how many assets are they reusing?
Was spent running fast through the various open zones.
I guess I don't hate that, though.
A big departure from what Sonic fans may be used to from the series, I have to say that I'm officially fully on board with it. In a weird way, I kind of liken it to
That's
a Tony
2D, isn't it?
It's that same feeling of chaining a
I told you they'd
to
find a way to
manual,
get 2D in the
linking
open
that to
zone.
A grind, taking that grind over a gap, acing a special trick or two, and then sticking the landing. Sonic Frontiers has that same type of feeling of doing a bunch of cool things, one after the other, and linking them all together without breaking the flow. And
I'll say this, people have pointed out that there is a little hypocrisy, I guess, when it comes to the asset reusage in, like, the cyberspace stages, or how much level design gets reused, in that people seem relatively okay with adventure-era stuff being lifted over, but then things from, like, Generations and Boost games and stuff like that, people aren't so happy with. I guess the way I would explain that is, like, it's the difference between playing a boost level in boost style and an adventure level in boost style. An adventure level in boost style is naturally going to have a lot more new content to offer than a boost level in boost style, you know? Like, if we're going to get something old, put it in a new style, I guess. As well as that, adventure levels don't necessarily sit as vividly in people's heads as the more recent ones will, and then also how platformy they are. Like, the best levels I've seen from Frontiers appear to be the ones pulling from adventure-style level design. And, you know, that is a style of level design that is much more what I have in mind for Sonic anyway, so I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. But, yeah, no, sorry, just leaning back. Avatar's, you know, going a little crazy now, but let's continue watching.
When the flow does get broken, it feels pretty bad, but the more you play and the better you become at the game, the longer you're able to go without breaking that flow, leading to a really great feeling not just of power progression through the game mechanics, but also from your own skill. It's also worth mentioning that in the beginning of the game...
Hang on, before we continue with this, Wazif Boom makes a really good point. They say, I don't think they're reusing assets, I think they're doing this for the sake of appealing to fans, which makes no sense given recent games. No, I fully agree with you, Wasif Boom. Like, Some Call Me Johnny. He did a video on his invite to Hawaii to play Sonic Frontiers, and he got to interview Takashi Iizuka. And there's a point where Iizuka says, like, with this new game, they want to appeal to two kinds of fans, those who want something new, and those who want more of the same. And if I could say anything to Iizuka there, it would be, stop trying to appeal to people who want more of the same. If they want more of the same, they can play more of the same. If you want more Sonic Adventure 2, you can play Sonic Adventure 2. If you want more of the classics, you can play the classics. You know? Or have devoted continuations for those gameplay styles, like what we had with Sonic Mania. Like, if someone just says, oh, I want a Sonic game where I can play Green Hill Zone again and play Sonic 1 again, is all I would say there. Don't hold back a new concept just because one person wants to pay $60 for the same game they already own. That is just kind of, you know, it's kind of silly, you know, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll continue watching.
Sonic does feel a bit slow.
But yeah, that was just something I wanted to talk about.
Series. However, his speed can be leveled up all the way to level 99. The highest I got to was level 10, and considering he already felt pretty fast even at just that relatively low level, I can't imagine how fast he'll be at max level. Stay tuned for our full Sonic Frontiers review closer to launch, and if you want to see what I previously said about Sonic Frontiers, check out my previous preview. Also be sure to check out this look at gameplay from Chaos Island. And for everything else, keep it here.
I love that shot of his eyes line up. I know it's movie Sonic stuff, but I like it. So let's move on to the next one. This is from IGN again. Sonic Adventure 2 Skyrail meets cyberspace. So I think I've seen this before. And yeah, people are saying it is exactly Skyrail. But the thing that makes me question that is if we go back, look to the left, there's another path there that will take you in a different direction. I'm wondering if part of this is the main path has been lifted, but then the alternate paths are new. I don't know. That would be kind of a cool way of justifying it. But either way, if you hadn't told me this was Skyrail, I probably wouldn't realize it. And I played Sonic Adventure 2 just yesterday. That might be a testament to how dumb I am, but still. But when I first saw this, I was like, oh yeah, we are way past the days of Sonic Forces style level design now, right? But no, it is lifted from SA2 for the most part. But this definitely appears to be one of the most fun Green Hill Zone stages in a long time. And it's cool just seeing mechanics we haven't really seen in the boost games before, such as these bouncy springs. We said bouncy springs. Word thing's better, man. The propeller springs, I guess. And the jetpack glider. I mean, yeah, you can say that's basically the rocket, but still, it's new, right? But, like, this is a level design style we haven't really seen much of in the boost games. Also, it's all 3D, but, like, I think the closest thing I can think of here is, like, the Jungle Joyride stage had platforming sections a bit like this. Jungle Joyride, by the way, was a terrific stage. That's another thing, is if they are just sticking to the 4 asset reuses for, like, the visuals anyways, I think they could have done more things that we haven't seen so recently, like Green Hill and Chemical Plant stuff. They could have done Jungle Joyride or something like that. Hey, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, we're just going through some Sonic Frontiers gameplay. And what you missed so far is the final preview from IGN. You didn't miss very much. You missed an IGN guy calling rings coins and Sky Sanctuary, Sky Temple. Now this is super cool. Yeah, Popwide, I think I'm pronouncing that right, says, and they said that they still made new and unique level design with the cyberspace stages. Sega lies. I remember when Aaron Weber was like, don't expect to see Green Hill again anytime soon, and, well, here it is. I don't know at what point Sega decided it was just okay to lie to the fans, but hey, hey. 6 minutes of Chaos Island gameplay from IGN. Let's have a look. So yeah, 2D stages in the open world. That's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping we would just get a fully blown, you know, 3D game at this point. I mean, okay, we knew we were getting 2D in cyberspace, but I suppose it's inventive, though. I can't think of a lot of open world games that really do 2D. Yeah, Popwide, please let me know if I am pronouncing that right. Well, I would have loved if they brought back a zone like Palm Tree Panic or Hilltop Zone or levels that we haven't, like, seen before in that style. Yeah, I agree, but I'm gonna say this, like, obviously they've had to make a lot of assets and put a lot of work into making the open zone, so okay, maybe they want some fairly high-spec assets for those cyberspace stages since they basically don't have a lot to work with there. This isn't a matter of laziness, this is a matter of Sega needs to employ more people to make more assets for them. Like, the people that are working there are working their asses off, clearly. What was I gonna say, though? This is me with streaming, by the way. I get a lot of mental fog. Yeah, no, I would say, though, like, Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, we've seen those so much lately. Like, you could get away with using Unleashed assets. You could even use some Colors assets. Like, you could, you know, spruce them up just a tiny bit, or use ones from Colors Ultimate. I'd be game to see 06 assets reused. Make good on that. But it's, you know, I've accepted what they're doing here, and it is ultimately a side mission, effectively. A lot of people have said this place looks lifeless. It's definitely one of the least colorful Sonic areas, but I think that works to its benefit. It makes it very distinctive in, like, the Sonic landscape. I don't know, I think this place looks really cool. And I especially love, like, these spiky things and these dead trees. It's very atmospheric. I think when it comes to a 3D Sonic game, though, ultimately some automation is necessary. I mean, like, it's the difference between, like, say, Sonic Speed Simulator, which I really love, but it's like the slightest change in terrain will send you flying and stuff like that. I think it is important to have a little bit of automation just to keep Sonic on track, I guess. I don't know. Like, I do feel like the cyberspace stages here look a lot less railroaded than some of the more recent boost stages we've had. And we are at least getting a bit more freedom. It's a balancing act. It's a tug of war, and if they can nail it, they can nail it. I think Chaos Island, which is this island here, is island number 3, if I'm not mistaken, Super Andy ACS. By the way, great to see you here. Always love seeing some familiar names from Sunset City making their way over to my own streams. It's like a spin-off. Speed Simulator is a lot of fun. I agree with their Dip. It's just like, I wouldn't necessarily want that for a mainline Sonic game in its entirety, because, like, in a Speed Simulator, I don't mind being flung off of edges through, you know, just slight changes in terrain, but, like, for a $60 AAA game, I would definitely like something a little more focused. That doesn't mean completely automated. Again, it's a balancing act. I agree with that fully, Was If Boom. Like, it shouldn't just be a series of effectively boost stages in a massive area that you just run to. Like, I'm gonna say this, I hope that Sega will stick with this open zone style though, because clearly on paper there is something great here. I think there are clear ways of how they can take it and really expand upon it in later games. like, not just having naturalistic environments. Yeah, do bake more, you know, Sonic-y level aspects into the level geometry, rather than having these things kind of scattered around a large open field. Make Sonic a little less magnetized to the floor would be a nice start. You'll see what I mean a little later. This is awesome. Okay, right, watch this. This is really cool. I love these big bosses. Like, we got the squid boss in Kronos Island, which I feared would just be a copy-paste of the Colors Egg Wisp final boss, but it's not, which I'm really happy with. And then we got this awesome thing here. At the end of the day, if the game's not perfect, that's okay, but I would really like to see Sega aim for perfect in future installments. Like, nothing that I'm, you know, saying I'm not so fond of here is a deal breaker by any stretch. And, I mean, it still looks like an exciting upgrade from recent Sonic games. Also, I'll say this, they're making creative use of rails. Rather than just, you know, put the controller down and watch Sonic slide along, it's actually, you know, factoring into boss fights in really interesting ways, which I really like. Also, the character animations now are so much better than when we first saw, like, our first glimpses of gameplay. I love the little transition, little flip he does into his ball jump. I love his little falling animation now. It's a lot better. So yeah, that was sick, but we still got more. So this comes from Shack News. This is pure cyberspace gameplay, so we're gonna get 9 minutes, almost 10, of just cyberspace. We've seen this level kind of to death now, but hell, let's watch it again. And yeah, you can subscribe to Shack News there. I kind of agree with you, Reese Gaming, when you say the pandering is holding the game back from greatness. Yeah, like, when I think of the things that I'm not so fond of from what I'm seeing, it's mainly stuff like the 2D, the cyberspace stages. It's like Iizuka said in his interview, like, you know, we know that there are people that want more of the same, we want to cater to them too. Again, just re-release old games if they just want more of the same. This franchise has to move forward and can't keep clinging on to old stuff because, I mean, like, who is nostalgic for Green Hill Zone at this point, you know? Oh yeah, Tom Topics here in the chat has actually played the game. He played the demo at EGX, so if you have any questions about how the game feels or handles, fire them over to him. Because he knows. He knows. I mean, I'll say this, the generation stages do look nice in Hedgehog Engine 2's lighting engine. Hey, Chip Chap, Monkey Game, how we doing? Oh, 100% though, Dip, I agree. I also don't like how Sonic can just stop on a dime. It's very... I think this is the thing, is these 2D stages here, they look fun enough, but I think when you do this gameplay style in 2D, it draws a massive ring around all of the things that it doesn't have in common with the classic Sonic, which, if you've got people that want more of the same, you kind of don't want to alienate them by saying, look how weird this gameplay looks when in 2D. This here looks okay. But I don't like how he can just stop on a dime like that. I agree, Reese Gaming. Like, I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm really glad that Sega are being ambitious to an extent. You know, like, their hearts are in the right place with this one. I really love the open zone approach. I can't wait to play that, you know, like... I think that was a huge problem with Forces, was like, you know, cyberspace was effectively all the game was, and you didn't get a chance to really explore and get a feel for how Sonic is and stuff like that, because everything was so railroaded. I think a lot of people are naturally concerned that we've got another case of that, but we don't. We're gonna at least, you know, get the freedom in the open zone, And already these levels do... This is just Chemical Plant Act 2 from Generations, yeah. Like, I can see that. Like, those platforms in the back there are like the liquid tanks you could jump on, and they've made it look different. I'll give them that, but it's ultimately not going to play any different, so why would I get excited about that? I also... Okay. There's something I really don't like, and they've been doing this since Lost World, and people are going to bring up, yeah, what about the classics? The classics is a different ballpark entirely. They are old games, okay? I'd expect that from classics, but watch here. Watch as he runs off of the edge of this. You literally have a falling animation. Why is he running in midair? And some people will say, oh, that's an homage to the classics. It looks ridiculous. You literally have a falling animation. Use it. That bugs me. They didn't have that in, like, Generations and Unleashed. Why is it here? Also, I'm wondering, where is the drift here? There's a lot of corners that the player is struggling to take. And we know there's a drift in the game. It's mapped to the left stick, the left clicky stick, you know? But I do like the music. I think the music depends on how much you like the EDM genre, though. I do wonder if a lot of the players realize that they can do the drift on that clicky stick. It's not the most obvious thing in the world. I think that's going to be one of the first things I check out when I do cyberspace is, can I drift whenever I want, or do we have another color situation? That's true, Supersonic 68, but Sonic's handling is different in cyberspace when compared to the open zone. And as well as that, like, you've got lots of space to turn in open zone, whereas these are pretty narrow paths. I have seen how good the turning can be in the open zone, though. It does make me wonder why they didn't just use the same controls from the open zone in cyberspace. Tiny Tails says, it'd be cool if every 4 cyberspace stages levels blended together as a 4-minute level instead of 4 1-minute levels. I mean, there's an arcade mode, but I thought something that could be cool would be like a marathon mode with like a seamless transition between every cyberspace stage, so it is just one long stage. That'd be sick. I'd love that. Of course, the changing in environments, you need a good transition, but like... I do like the way this one looks. I mean, I've said it a few times now. I am against them constantly bringing back old level themes, but, like, they have clearly done some very inventive stuff, making Green Hill into more of a Sky Hill. I think it's an effect that works very well for Green Hill. It works well enough for Chemical Plant, but for Sky Sanctuary, I can't tell a damn difference, because the thing's already in the freaking sky. Yeah, Jay Sallon, this is basically, yeah, this is the Green Hill from Generations. Lonely Goomba says there isn't a drift in the cyberspace level. Well, why? That's just so confusing. Sega still got me asking why. I am very mixed on cyberspace. Alright, 2D Chemical Plant here. Let's give this one a watch. Right, this is what I was saying. Alright. Having these stages in 2D, something like this isn't as noticeable when you've got the camera behind Sonic. But it is very noticeable in 2D that this ain't the same Sonic we were playing in Sonic 2. And the reason for this is because basically this game basically is a hybrid of Sonic Lost World's parkour and the boost gameplay from, say, Generations, Colors, etc. Now, as you can see here, he's walking down this this diagonal slope here, and he's carrying all of his forward momentum from his running here. So he's running, he's carrying that momentum, but he's magnetizing to this slope, which is basically sending him careening into a wall. So that's why he drops like a stone there, is because it's still treating it as though he's running, just vertically. Now, they would need to code in something to say that that wall is not parkourable in order for that to work. What should happen, and what would happen in a classic Sonic game, is he would fling off of that ramp. But here, he can't. Because the game is confused. It thinks he's trying to parkour. Yeah, weird. And when you have 2D stages, it just makes it all the more apparent, you know? And that ain't so good. That ain't very good. This is why I'm just gonna say it. They should just stick to 3D. If they want to make a 3D Sonic game, make a 3D Sonic game, and ditch all this 2D, because the 2D will immediately bring about comparisons to the classics, and the classics just move in a more logical fashion than this gameplay style. So that's my TED talk on why they shouldn't keep putting 2D and 3D Sonic games. Everything else here so far looks fine. I don't know what this level design comes from. I'm a little confused here. I think maybe that's almost a good thing. Like, a little trivia hunt in a way. Like, can you spot the references? That is much better. That's what I want to see, is Sonic being able to fling himself off of these things without one of those scripted ramp thingamajiggies. It was the best of stages, it was the worst of stages. It was the best of physics, it was the worst of physics. See, that stuff's all really good. He's not reliant on dash panels or anything there. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Let's watch this again. So I can't comment on what's going on there. I've seen plenty of occasions where Sonic has been able to get around these loops by himself. Some will say, you know, he's jumping at that point, but I think if he was jumping, he would have gone into his jump animation, not his fall animation. The other thing could be that maybe he's not holding right when he's going around the loop. Still shouldn't technically be a problem, and rather than falling, he should just kind of trundle back around the loop. You know, if we're going for the sensible classic Sonic-y physics. At the same time, though, what I'm liking about this is it proves that these loops are not just scripted events like they've been in Forces and a lot of other games. You actually have to get around it yourself. So it's not perfect, but it's still an improvement, right? As Lonely Goomba says, yeah, it is hard to tell what the player is doing here. And another 2D stage. But yeah, I also think that Sonic shouldn't just stop on a dime just because the player is no longer holding right. Like, that's not right. So is this, Sky Sanctuary Act 1 from Generations? What happened there? Did he attempt to jump on the enemy and get rejected because of it? Or did he... Let's have a look. Ah, he's come out of his jump animation. That's why he got hurt. I wonder why he came out of his jump animation. Interesting. Although, I have to say, while we're talking about animations, though, let's just look at that again. The transition from animation to animation here is really good. He doesn't just look at the way he transitions into his fallback animation. This is nerd stuff that barely anyone's gonna notice, but, like, the animation transitions in the first gameplay of this were really rough and didn't look like a AAA game. Now look at them. They look good. Sorry, that's just geeky stuff, but I really just appreciate that. Also, this music's really nice. I'm definitely thinking this is Act 1 Sky Sanctuary from Genera. Did you guys see that? He tried to get up the thing, but didn't have enough momentum, so it pulled him down. There is a form of momentum in this game. It's not necessarily like classic Sonic momentum or anything, but it is here. This music's so pretty. But that's the thing is, like, I was praising, like, Green Hill, like, how they made it look different because it's all in the sky and stuff. As I was saying, Sky Sanctuary is already in the sky, so this could literally just be any Sky Sanctuary stage. I think that's the end of the pure cyberspace gameplay video. Now, Shack News has uploaded a boatload of videos on this, but I'm not gonna watch all of it because some of it is literally like walkthrough stuff, and I don't want to see a walkthrough. Like, alright, new official gameplay demo, 12 minutes from SPD Gaming. We got a 12-minute one here. We got a chunky video. So I am seeing in some bits that, like, Sonic has, like, an infinite boost. I don't know if that's, like, something that you can unlock in the level. Or... Hey, I'm talking. Stop it.
ゼルダの伝説、トワイライトプリンセスのスピナーで倒すハラジカントというボスを思い出してしまって。
The tricking's looking a lot better than in the first preview as well. But yeah, what's with this infinite boost here? Is that like a 60 ring thing? Like I was saying earlier as well, I think it is really cool how grind rails are no longer just these automated segments, but they actually factor into like boss fights and stuff. That's cool.
Kurukuru 回りながら、こうそれぞれのレールをなんていうんですかね、満タンにしていくみたいな遊びになってて、で途中でね。障害物を飛ばすようになったりして、それを避けながら進むっていう。
Okay, so I'm seeing people saying that the infinite boost happens when you do an infinite sign with the side loop. It would have been cool if like you do the infinite sign and like Infinite, the villain of Sonic Forces, pops out for a quick boss fight or a jump scare or something. But okay, this is a cool way of unlocking an infinite boost. I'm not sure if being able to pull rings out of the ground using Psy-Loop is a good idea or is going to make the game too cheesable. I guess we'll see. It would be cool though, like different shapes you draw in the ground using Psy-Loop can like bring out different characters just for cameos or something. Or just Easter eggs, you know? The Easter egg potential of this move is just crazy. I will say this, outside of my, like, grr, I'm a Sonic fan frustrations, like, knowing what they can do and what they're not doing, this does look like a really good game. And I think it's going to be a huge step up from a lot of the recent Sonic games as well. And that's not even saying that they're bad and stuff, you know? Like, I think this looks like a step up from, like, Generations. Generations is a fantastic game. Generations is a stroke of genius of a game, but, like... just how they've been able to expand on these ideas is just really awesome. Mario Bros. Fan 1000 says, do you think Hypersonic is going to put the bed in ruins? We can only hope. Yeah, I am noticing, though, that Sonic is very magnetized to the ground. Like, I suppose it's better than in Speed Simulator where he flings off of the slightest hill, but, like... It looks like the 2D stuff is mostly in just Chaos Island as well.
道理で結構ですね、これもうちょい頑張ればそのまま山頂まで行けるんじゃないかなという気もしますけどね。だいぶこの辺りですね、急になってきて。
This is interesting, seeing someone trying to climb this mountain here like this. Goes to show that there are limitations on how far Spider Sonic can get. New combo video. People are talking about a new combo video. What's the story behind this then, folks? If anyone wants to drop a link to the combo video, like, please do.
気になるものが出てきて、あちこちへ行ってみたくなるフィールドのデザインはオープンワールドライクの
This looks really pretty.
結構ですね。
I know these environments aren't for everyone, but I think this looks really pretty. I'm hoping, like, if they do like a Sonic Frontiers 2, we can get stuff like amusement parks for the open zone. Like, me and Nick, when we were on our way back from California, we're having this long conversation in the car saying, the perfect open zone Sonic game would, if anything, be a Sonic Colors remake. Like, the Sonic Colors environments, but now in the open zone format. Completely rewrite the plot as well. That would be a sick game.
Well, この同じタイプのチャレンジですけれども、より複雑になってきて、ちょっとですね。
I agree, Audio Vector. I would
僕前に
love
考
an
える
Eggman
と
Land
でも
Island.
ね、これでも結構初見でクリアはできましたね。なのでなんかこう難しいものと結構ちょっと冷静になればすぐにできるものの両方あるような感じ。
Jesus, there's nearly 200 people in here? Hi, everybody.
ムズというタイプのゲーム
Well,
では
that's
ない。
exciting. I usually only max out at 30. That's awesome. Anyone want to subscribe to the channel for more content like this? Ah. Let me just rest my little head while I watch. I love the way the inside of that volcano there looks, though. I fully agree with you, Design Doc. I'm perfectly game for more surreal environments, but right now this looks real pretty. No, it makes me happy to see so many people here. Like, I've been kind of trying to figure out what YouTube's algorithm wants from me. Like, they were like, stay on top of the car and stuff. So it's like, okay, I'll do videos on Black Adam, but Susan Wojcicki's like, nah, no one needs to see that.
はい、次はですね、ボス戦なんですけれども。
Okay, so this is the squid boss, which I was worried would be another copy-paste of the Egg Wisp from Sonic Colors. But it's not. It's its own thing, and that's awesome.
まあ本当細かいことはね、見ていただければわかると思うので、ぜひとも見てみてくだ
Yeah,
さい。
no, Thunder Knot is a really good idea, actually, for how to make old levels feel new, is add things like water and other elements to them. Oh, hey, Mr. Pasquale, how we doing? How's your streams been going? So in some ways, yeah, this is quite Egg Wisp, but like, just keep watching. When you get to hurt it, it's not very Egg Wisp at all. If anything, it's closer to the Egg Devil Ray from Sonic Unleashed. Oh, hey, Tharies, how we doing? Hope you enjoyed the Doctor Who special, man. How you doing? Black Sun, when you say the Fortress Guardian boss fight, do you mean that giant thing that you gotta go Supersonic to fight? Because I've already seen that in leak, but I'm not gonna post anything pertaining to that. See, this ain't the Egg Wisp. The egg whisper that turns you into an egg. Hatch! I don't think the link went through, Damashi the Chaotic. You could always try DMing it to me on Twitter. And maybe I'll be able to get it from there. It's gotta be said though, these boss fights look like some of the best boss fights in the series. Yeah, this music's really good. I agree, Jay Salin. I feel like rock is part of Sonic's musical DNA, and I'm hoping for a little more of it. I mean, the vocal tracks are rock, at least.
はい、シャークというボスです。これ尻尾に捕まって一緒に行くっていうのはなか
What
な
is
か面
this
白い。
now? I haven't seen this before.
でここからはぶっちゃけまあ
What?
QT に近いゲームプレイではあるんですけ
That is
ど、まあ、音
awesome!
楽いいし、まあ絵もかっこいいし、まああんまりそこはね気にならないなという気はしましたね。まあもう少しね自分でここも動かせ
I
るってい
think,
うん
yeah,
だったら
these
最高
levels
です
look like these massive playgrounds for Sonic. Also, look at these animations. Look how expressive Sonic is. This looks great. I think these bosses are probably going to be the highlight of the game.
こう急にこう弱点をさらけ出すとその瞬間に攻撃すれば一気に大ダメージを与えることができます。
Poor fish. Poor baby fish. That squash and stretch on that punching animation. I like Otani's work. I was hoping that after Team Sonic Racing, they had obviously like Hyper Potions, Jinsenoi, T-Lopes, and Otani. I was hoping we'd get something more collaborative for the mainline title, as they went so hard on a spin-off, but hey, Otani's fine, I guess. He's not my favorite. If I were to think of my favorites, it would be between Sonoi and Lopes. Mr. Krabs back with another $1.99. Thank you. Sonic fighting a sandfish. Ain't that the truth? This looks really cool though. I love the way this looks. I haven't seen this before. This is
こ
all
こも
new
ですね、
to
ロ
me.
ケットランチャーみたいなものを出すようになってちょっとパターンが変わるという感じで
Sandfish
すね。
moment. Yeah, I don't think that T-Lope should be strictly for classic Sonic. Like, I think his style's pretty universal. He should be used for modern Sonic games too. Just give the man loads of money. I want to see him do well. He's one of us. He's a fan, you know? Like... Alright, I'm seeing people have DM'd me the combo video from Twitter, so I'm going to take a look at my phone real quick. Alright, yeah, I'll open these up in a Twitter window, but I'm gonna wanna open that in a new tab. We'll go through the other videos first, and then I'll get the Twitter thing open. So, here we have, from Shack News, Big the Cat's Fishing Minigame Gameplay.
Oh, hey, Sonic. You come here to fish too?
Big sounds like a hippie.
Big? What are you doing here? How did you get here? What even is here?
I don't know. I was looking for fishing spots and wound up here. So now I'm fishing.
Are you guys seeing this on the water, though? The water's
Of course
reacting
you are.
really weirdly to the lighting engine, and I'm not sure how I feel
Would
about
you
that.
like to try?
It almost looks like there's electricity under it.
Borrow a rod.
Also, they seem to have given up on having animations during the talking. That's a
Guess it
little
wouldn't
weird.
hurt to de-tense for a second.
I like the music, though.
Do you know how to fish? I'll teach you.
And
if
Roger
you
Craig Smith
would.
is sounding good, too.
Hey, you've got a
But yeah, what's
bite.
going on under this water? Is that
Sonic,
just because it's
I'll leave
cyber
it to
water,
you
or
to
like...
pull it up. Can you see the red ripples? When the white ripple overlaps with the red one, lift your rod up quickly.
Big doesn't sound dumb, he just sounds kind of high. Why did they go so hard for when you catch the fish? That's adventure music, isn't it? Did anyone else hear that? Hang on. That's the music when you're catching the fish. Oh, that's cute. Okay. There's 10 minutes of this video.
Wow, awesome! You've caught it already.
Sonic is so happy to be hanging out with Big.
Nice catch, Sonic. I'll trade you a token for any fish you catch. If you get plenty of tokens, I'll trade them for some of the treasures I found. Just tell me what
They did
you
not need to
want.
go so hard with this fishing game.
Froggy really likes those purple coins. If you bring
I'm
me
kind of
one,
hoping I can run around this area too. This looks really pretty.
rod again. Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
I love that animation. We saw this at the end of the first overview trailer, and everyone was like, the shonen days of Sonic are back, and it's in a fishing game. Oh my god, that's huge. That's a big fish. This definitely appears to be more Animal Crossing style of fishing than Sonic Adventure 1 style of fishing. That is so cute. Sonic is just so extra in this game, I love him. Yeah, I like that Big's not portrayed as a complete dum-dum here. He's just kind of a very calm fellow, you know? It's so cute. Sonic is loving this. He's loving it. Oh, there's a sort of frog. It's not Froggy, though, because Froggy's a tailed frog. Very unique. Come on, what do we got this time? What do we got this time? Yeah, Whisper050. Yeah, something I mentioned earlier was I wouldn't be watching all of Shaq News' videos because some of them are very walkthrough-y, and there's a lot of things I just want to discover for myself. So, I'm just looking at more things like features and stuff rather than how to rescue the friends, for example. It's gotta be said, the lighting engine in this game, and just the visual quality of it, especially here where we can get a clear look at the character models. This game is gorgeous. I'm still not sure why the water seems to be freaking out so much, though. I don't know if you can hear Nick's dogs out there doing a borky bork, but like I I'm just streaming. They'll be fine. There's plenty of people in the house that can... I wonder if there's mail. I wonder if that's my PSVR arriving, maybe. I ordered a part for a PSVR. I found like most of the PSVR at like a thrift store for like $60. I think that's gonna be it. Nick, please get the door. Doesn't matter. In America, they just put it in the mailbox anyway. What the hell? That's a chopper fish. That is a bad Nick right there. That's a cute little Easter egg. Yes, my PSVR brains were delivered. That's good. That is good news. Oh, look, a ring, and he's holding it. It's that AM style. Did you guys see Nick's new puppy on Twitter, by the way? If you don't know who Nick is, it's Game Apologies. But did you see his puppy? He's got a new one. It's called Cricket. She's really cute. She's a little shit. She's trying to gnaw at my legs, but she's cute, and I forgive her. Yeah, just imagine all the Easter eggs you could potentially fish out of the... It's not sea, is it? It's whatever this is. River? Lake? I don't know. Excellent! A red can! Nice job, Sonic. Good going.
Have any coins? I bet there's more back on the island.
Big has discovered capitalism.
Would you like to try?
Yeah, currently I'm rooming with Nick, Staria 987. Gonna be here till December. Yeah, okay, pond, my bad. Thanks. Thank you, Tom. Zero out of 10, that's a Lost World style chopper. Give me those Generations ones.
To try? I'll let you.
What's happening here then? Okay. Alrighty. Oh, okay, so he can sell out of portal gears, which tells me that maybe you can't just play the entire game through fishing. Wait, no, Chaos Emerald Vault Keys. I wonder if they sell out though. Oh wow, it's a brand new model, Fizzy? Huh. We're not done yet. We've got more videos yet. So, Chaos Island Starlight event gameplay from Shack News. And I've just had a notification sound. David Gape, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, sends $2 US. Hope you enjoy your stateside December. So it won't be the December that I'll be in the States. In December I'll be going to France, but up until... So I will get to experience Thanksgiving and American Halloween. So yeah, December 1st I leave the States. Thank you so much for your generosity. Let's see what we've got next. Yeah, Starlight event gameplay. I haven't seen this. I don't know what this is. Let's watch. This has ended up... I mean, with the amount of channels that must have been streaming this, Shaq News must be having a field day for promo. That sounds like the Phantom Ruby, I'm just saying. Well, that's pretty. We got casino stuff going on here too. What is this? So, yeah, I think Breath of the Wild had like a Starlight event kind of thing going on, and this is like the Frontiers was that Tails? This is like Frontiers' answer. Oh my god, water in a 3D Sonic gameplay. I didn't think it was possible. Oh, hell yeah. I'm pleased to hear that, David Gipe. Now, everyone knows that Sonic has a gambling problem. That's been known since 1992. Or 3. Was it 3? I think it was 2. No, 3 was CD. 2 was Sonic 2. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how Sonic's speed looks once it reaches level 99. But I am wondering if that affects the open world, because he does still have a speed slider for the open world. Whereas in the cyberspace, his speed is set, so maybe that's where the speed levels up, I don't know. What a fun idea. I would love an open zone casino night style stage, actually. Like, I'm all like, stop reusing level themes, but if you want to give me like an open zone casino for Sonic to play in, come on, let Sonic get an escort, come on. Let him get married. This is really pretty. Yeah, I noticed that Whisper 050. That the reflections on the Switch version kind of take a second to load in. Alright, well that was that. That was cool. I enjoyed that. And we've got from Starbrine 2020, Sonic Frontiers' new Green Hill gameplay footage. Let's have a look. Sega could be like, you want more Green Hill? We were like, no! And they'd be like, here, have 10 of them. Oh, it's that loop-de-loop from Green Forest. I think this is Green Forest. I love this music as well. This is cool. This is really cool. See, if you're gonna bring back levels I'll be happy to see, and Green Forest from Sonic Adventure 2. But they could have brought this back using, I don't know, like Adabet assets or something. It didn't have to be Green Hill. Still, though, it's something different, isn't it? What a cool feature to see in a boost stage, though. Look at this, there's platforming in my Sonic game. I can't believe it. This is sick. Now this is a contender for best 3D version of Green Hill Zone. Well, hell yeah. We truly are talking. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to Twitter, and we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get ourselves some combo videos. So if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves or something, I don't know. Let's have a look. We've got DMs from Malcolm, and we've got Damashi the Chaotic. It looks like Malcolm's one is all in one video, so let's have a look at that one instead. For now, anyway. Unless there's anything I haven't seen. Alright, let's get that window capture back open then. There you go, this will probably be a little easier to do. This video comes courtesy of... I don't know. But, like, yeah, let's just go ahead and watch. Oh, Ruly Web. They just told me at the beginning. Thank you. See, that's got to be 2D. I knew it. This looks cool, though. What's that, like a sofa pit? What's going on here? That's very pretty. They're really showing off the visuals with this one, huh? David Guy back again with another generous $5. Wonder if they'll have hidden Teemoos like Sonic Amy Pico Hammer launch or Sonic Tails Dual Spin Dash. That'd be sick. If, like, you could utilize the characters you've freed. Also, this looks gorgeous. If you could utilize the characters you've freed in, like, combos and stuff, that would be so cool. Imagine it's like those dual character takedowns from like Arkham Knight or Spider-Man Miles Morales. That'd, like, you know, you're about to do a combo and then Tails just comes in and he just kicks it in the head. That'd be so cool. This is so pretty. Like, okay, like, it's taken them long enough, but I think Sonic Unleashed, in terms of how pretty it is, has finally been... Is that snow? On, Ares Island? Oh, a burb! It's the burb that we were riding in that trailer briefly. Oh, here we go. Now we're riding it. That's friendly enough. Oh, why you gotta do the bird like that? He just kicked it in the head. So here we got... Oh, nice. The drop dash. Sonic versus the Foreskin Shredder 5000. Oh, cool! Okay, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, great to hear, Damashi the Chaotic. Let's keep watching this one then. That way we're getting the full experience. But I really appreciate you sending me over the videos that you did, man. Like, man, Roger Craig Smith is going nuts with these grunts, isn't he? Amazing. I love that move. I love the after image stuff. That's really cool. What do we got here? We got ourselves a big boy. He's not afraid in the slightest, is he? This big old spider just runs straight up to it. I think these bosses are probably going to be the best part of the game. Is that snow up there, or is that ash and dust? Is that me wiping my brow and slapping my nuts? What is this now? What? What is... Are you kidding me? This is amazing. This is insane. Like, this is so creative. Like, even just mechanics such as free falling have been really creatively worked in there. I don't know, man. I think this game's gonna be amazing. Even if it doesn't solve my every wish for Sonic, I think it's gonna be an amazing game. That's insane. Damn. Damn it, Bobby. It is worth noting there are difficulty toggles in this for folks that are a little concerned it'll be too easy. As it is, I would expect a Sonic game to be easier on combat compared to other games, but like, I still think they are going to have some difficulty options. Also, Sonic, where were these abilities like years ago? Like, you're a good little fighter. Yeah, I've always wondered, Design Doc, like, if anyone's gonna play the game with, like, minimum speed and try and speed run it with minimum speed settings. That'd be interesting. Whoa, look at the visuals here, man! This looks so cool! Phantom Rush is my favorite move so far. Here we got a little chunky spider boy. What's he gonna do? It's like a violent game of duck, duck, goose. Yeah, IGN did say that they felt like the boss fights were just spectacle and a bit repetitive, but IGN also said that Sonic was impossible to control in Sonic Unleashed, while the video showed us some deliberately jumping off of a cliff. So again, I don't know quite what to believe, but I don't want to just dismiss what they have to say either. Like, it's IGN, you know? Bottom line is, you gotta just make your own opinions for this one, I think. I think these boss fights look dope. I like the trick animations a lot better. That's the little spinny top thing that you can ride from Marble Garden, is that not? That's cool. It does feel like this has, pulled some inspiration from Sunset Overdrive. Which is a good thing, because I love Sunset Overdrive. What is this now? You just got a baseball thrown at your son. Oh, okay. It's a parry practice. Oh, this is the City Escape look inside the space stage. This one looks really cool and psychedelic. This is that 2D chemical plant stage again, this time with no music. The IGN slander going on in the chat right now. You guys do crack me up. So this is the Skyrail level, right? One of the alternate paths. Sonic's homing attack looks very impactful even in cyberspace, gotta be said. Ooh, this looks pretty. I haven't seen this before. Isn't it funny how it's the 3D cyberspace stages that look good? And it's Sky Sanctuary Act 2 from Generations from the looks of things. Well, that's good stuff. That's good. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm liking how that's looking. Alright, that's me right there. 180 watching, huh? Awesome. Go away, ADP. Go away, Chris Chan. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys, I think. I think that's gonna be me done for today's stream, but thank you guys so much for joining me. For those of you who are new here, please do stick around. I do lots of Sonic Frontiers content, and obviously I'm getting the game soon as well. So yeah, thanks to everyone that came by, stuck around and everything. And yeah, I'll leave now. I'll go. Goodbye.